Hello everyone. Thanks for coming to my talk. My name is Emmanuel Salas, and I am a recent graduate from Colby College, where I studied geology, environmental science, and computer science. I began this project 4 weeks ago with the GeoCafe's summer program, and I'm excited to share my research here at Midshire. So let's get started. It goes without question that the Amazon rainforest is threatened by deforestation and climate change. A recent study found that the Amazon is actually becoming a major source of carbon emissions. This is due to deforestation and forest fires. Alongside that critical issue, lack of enforcement of protected areas within the Amazon is a major reason for illegal development. This threatens indigenous natives, wildlife, and directly influences climate change. The GIS, deforestation data, and maps used in this study are provided by Global Forest Watch and the Brazil Institute for Space Research, also known as INPE. Global Forest Watch data from the University of Maryland was primarily used because of its more precise methods and additional data such as logging roads and fires, as well as being able to capture smaller clearings less than 6.5 hectares. This data was originally derived from Landsat 5, 7, and 8. And by calculating the vegetative index, I obtained imagery that coincided with trends seen in the Global Forest Watch and PRODES data. That was provided by INPE. This study focused on the southeastern region of the Amazon because of the amount of deforestation occurring as well as its proximity to protected areas. Results showed parallel trends of deforestation within protected areas of the Amazon to that of the total deforestation within the Amazon. This graph illustrates deforestation of protected areas and non-protected areas between 2008 and 2020. Although the orders of magnitude are different, we can tell that the trends of deforestation between protected areas and non-protected areas are very similar. Supporting literature and data indicates that leading causes of deforestation within the southeastern region are primarily illegal land development, land grabbing, agriculture, cattle farming, logging, and mining. It's also worth noting that previous studies, such as one done by Alexander Pfaff in 1999, also indicates that population distribution has a greater effect than population density. In other words, the first settlers to develop land are causing the most damage, and that's happening now. Here's a deforestation map of the entire Amazon. Total deforestation is overlaid in red, where conservation units are highlighted in brown, and indigenous reserves are highlighted in blue. Deforestation seen is between the years 2000 and 2018. While deforestation across the entire Amazon is critical, let's focus on the Xingu Basin, where studies indicate that there is the most threat towards protected areas. Here, deforestation is mapped in a gradient between yellow and red, yellow being the year 2000 and red being the more recent 2018. As we can see, deforestation surrounding the basin is currently expanding into protected areas. Between 2018 and 2020, the Xingu Conservation Unit illustrated here lost about 93,000 hectares, or 932 square kilometers, of vegetation. There is no governing body or public management. Additionally, no inspections are routinely conducted. The Institute of Environment and Renewable Natural Resources led inspections within Apitowerwa, the nearest indigenous reserve, as well as 3 others, beginning at the end of 2019. This is Apitowerwa in 2000, 2005, 2010, 2015, and 2020. Inspections decreased deforestation on indigenous lands by about 49%, but unfortunately, cancellation of the law and enforcement actions led to deforestation increasing in Apitowerwa to 393% months after, and up to 1,287% between July and December the year after. Anonymous officials interviewed by the Associated Press also indicated that since the military took over, they have stopped penalizing deforestation and stopped the use of satellite data for enforcement. So what's next? We know that recent deforestation is caused by lack of enforcement, inspections, governance, as well as growing economic motivation for illegal land development and for agriculture and cattle farming. We also know that strict and concentrated inspections significantly decreased deforestation during the times in which they were implemented. Lastly, protected areas, whether indigenous reserves or designated conservation units, do not inherently ensure the protection of land. Further action needs to be taken in order to prevent loss and damage within these areas and the Amazon as a whole. I'd like to thank Dr. Nathan Moore at the MSU Department of Geography. I'd like to thank the GeoCafe's team, as well as Colby College Department of Geology, Environmental Science, and Computer Science. Thank you.